Welcome back to the channel, folks. Let's dive into a topic that's equal parts fascinating and cringeworthy: celebrities and plastic surgery. Fame might bring the glitz and glam, but it also brings a magnifying glass, and some stars just can't resist a little nip and tuck to stay in the spotlight. Unfortunately, some of these beauty quests have turned into beauty quests gone rogue, from frozen faces to lips that look like they're auditioning for a balloon animal convention. The pursuit of perfection doesn't always end well. Linda Evangelista, a cool sculpting catastrophe. Linda Evangelista, once the queen of the catwalk and a bona fide supermodel of the 90s, had the world at her feet and over 700 magazine covers to prove it. But even legends aren't immune to the allure of modern beauty fixes. In 2015 and 2016, Linda underwent 7 cool sculpting treatments, a non-invasive fat-freezing procedure designed to banish stubborn bulges. Unfortunately, this story didn't have a runway-ready ending. Instead of shrinking the fat, Linda experienced a rare side effect called paradoxical adipose hyperplasia, PAH. Translation? The fat didn't just stick around. It got bigger, harder, and downright uncooperative. Areas like her chin, thighs, and chest became misshapen, leaving her iconic features permanently altered. And here's the kicker. This condition affects less than 1% of patients. Talk about being too unique to fail. Linda tried to fight back with 2 corrective liposuction surgeries in 2016 and 2017, but her condition didn't improve. Instead, it added more pain and extended her recovery time. The supermodel who once defined beauty and glamour found herself retreating from the public eye. Her career derailed and her confidence shattered. It's a heartbreaking chapter in a legendary career. But if you think this story is shocking, wait until you hear about the next celebrity whose beauty gamble didn't pay off. Spoiler alert, it's a jaw-dropper, literally. Lisa Rinna, the lip legacy that took a turn. Lisa Rinna, the bold and glamorous star of Days of Our Lives and The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, was no stranger to the allure of cosmetic enhancements. In 1986, at just 20 years old, she made her first foray into surgery, inspired by the movie Beaches. Permanent silicone fillers gave her the famously plump lips that quickly became her signature look. But as the saying goes, what goes up must come down, or in this case, harden. Over the years, the silicone led to swelling and uneven lumps, transforming her trademark lips into a cautionary tale. By 2010, after nearly 25 years of grappling with the fallout, Lisa turned to a Beverly Hills specialist to remove some of the scar tissue. While the procedure helped, the damage couldn't be entirely undone. And lips weren't the only stop on her cosmetic adventure. Lisa added Botox, facial fillers, and breast augmentation to the mix, but the overuse of fillers left her face unnaturally taut, almost unrecognizable to longtime fans. In 2024, after facing a flood of public scrutiny, Lisa came clean about her regrets, admitting that certain fillers didn't suit her and had to be dissolved. Despite her attempts to course correct, her journey left undeniable marks, turning her transformation into a hot topic of conversation. Think this story is wild? The next star's reflection in the mirror feels like meeting a stranger, and trust us, it's a story you won't want to miss. Kenny Rogers, a gambler's bet on time. With a career spanning 6 decades, Kenny Rogers wasn't just a country music legend. He was a symbol of smooth charm and rugged masculinity. Known for iconic hits like The Gambler and Islands in the Stream, Rogers had a voice that could soothe souls and a persona that fans adored. But as the years rolled on and the spotlight never dimmed, he faced a harsh reality, aging in the public eye. In the late 1990s, feeling the pressure to maintain his image, Rogers turned to cosmetic surgery, a gamble he would come to regret. Among his procedures were facelifts and eyelid lifts, but the results were far from harmonious. His once natural features took on a perpetually tense look, with overly raised eyebrows that fans found jarring. The man who once embodied timeless masculinity now seemed a stranger, even to himself. Rogers later admitted that these surgeries didn't achieve the rejuvenation he'd hoped for and left him mourning the natural appearance he'd lost. Despite his regrets, Kenny Rogers never lost his place in the hearts of his fans. He remained an icon of country music and storytelling until his passing in 2020. But his story is a poignant reminder that even legends can struggle with the weight of time. And as we move on, the next star's attempt to defy aging brings its own set of unforgettable consequences. If you want to explore the journey with me, please leave number 1 and watch this video until the end. Interesting things are waiting for you in the video. Joan Van Arc, a cosmetic gamble gone awry. The iconic actress who stole hearts as Valene Ewing on the hit series Knots Landing once ruled the screen with her radiant charm and undeniable talent. But in her quest to keep time at bay, Joan's journey into cosmetic surgery became a cautionary tale. It all began in 1991 with a rhinoplasty that barely made a ripple, followed by eyelid surgery that left her eye area looking hollow and unnatural. Determined to hold on to her youthful glow, Joan doubled down in the early 2000s with facelifts, Botox, and chemical peels. Unfortunately, instead of turning back the clock, these interventions left her skin unnaturally taut and pale, with her cheekbones and mouth taking on an overly artificial look. By the time the Knots Landing 40th anniversary rolled around in 2020, her face had become a hot topic, with some comparing its appearance to melting wax, a harsh critique for a woman who once defined elegance. Joan's story is a sobering reminder of the risks tied to extreme cosmetic procedures. While her beauty may have been altered, her legacy as a talented actress remains. Cosmetic surgery promised to preserve youth, but for Joan, it served as a stark lesson. Sometimes less really is more. Up next, another star whose attempts to outsmart aging took an unforgettable turn. The Duchess of Alba, a noble face, altered by time. Maria del Rosario Cayetana, Fitzjames Stewart y Silva, the 18th the Duchess of Alba, was no stranger to extravagance. As one of the most titled nobles in history, she held over 40 titles and lived a life of unparalleled privilege. Yet, despite her vast fortune and esteemed lineage, her relentless pursuit of eternal youth became a tragic hallmark of her later years. Starting in the 1980s, the Duchess turned to cosmetic surgery to maintain her delicate, aristocratic features. Nose jobs, facelifts, lip fillers, and Botox injections became her go-to tools in the fight against time. However, these procedures, coupled with her diagnosis of Melkerson-Rosenthal syndrome, a condition that causes chronic facial swelling, only exacerbated the changes. Rather than restoring her youthful beauty, the surgeries distorted her face, leaving her skin unnaturally taut and uneven. By the time of her third marriage at 85, to a man 24 years her junior, Cayetana's appearance was nearly unrecognizable compared to her youthful self. Her altered face shocked the public and media alike, overshadowing the celebration of her love story. Despite her unmatched wealth, the Duchess's cosmetic journey serves as a poignant reminder that no amount of money can reverse time without consequence. The search for eternal youth often leads down a path where identity and natural beauty are sacrificed. Up next, another story of beauty gone awry. Don't look away. This one's a doozy. Michaela Romanini, a beauty obsession gone too far. Once hailed as Italy's answer to Paris Hilton, Michaela Romanini was the epitome of glamour and beauty in the 1990s. Her radiant looks and extravagant lifestyle made her a socialite sensation, but her story soon became a cautionary tale of excess. In pursuit of perpetual youth, Michaela ventured into the world of cosmetic enhancements, beginning with collagen injections to plump her lips and Botox to smooth her skin. Initially, these tweaks seemed to maintain her allure, but the allure quickly turned into an obsession. Over time, the fillers and Botox began to distort her natural beauty, creating an unnatural and artificial appearance. Corrective surgeries only compounded the problem, leaving her once elegant features barely recognizable. Ironically, her efforts to look younger had the opposite effect, aging her beyond her years and making her a target for public ridicule. Michaela's tragic transformation serves as a stark reminder of the dangers of overindulging in cosmetic procedures. While her story highlights the fine line between enhancement and excess, it also underscores the importance of embracing natural beauty and aging gracefully. And as we move on, the next story uncovers yet another tale of beauty pursuits that went awry. Toya Jackson, a transformation that shocked the world. Transformation over the years left fans and critics alike doing double takes, not for her music, but for her dramatically altered face. While she found some solo success in the 1980s with her album My Special Love, Toya never quite reached the stratospheric fame of her brother Michael. By the late 80s, however, she followed in his footsteps, not on stage, but into the world of cosmetic surgery. It all began with a nose job in the early 1990s, reportedly inspired by Michael's own procedures. But things didn't stop there. Toya went on to experiment with facelifts, cheek implants, chin augmentation, and filler injections, resulting in a face that became sharper, tighter, and more wax-like with each procedure. Eyelid surgery gave her eyes a stretched, overly wide look, while puffed-up cheekbones and fuller lips added to an appearance that fans barely recognized. Her unnaturally taut smile even earned her comparisons to the Joker, making her transformation as much a cautionary tale as a spectacle. Toya's cosmetic journey mirrored her brother's in many ways, erasing the soft beauty she once had and leaving her an enduring reminder of the risks of overdoing it. Her story is proof that sometimes chasing perfection can lead to losing what made you unique in the first place. Up next, another star whose quest for youth didn't go as planned. Dolly Parton, the Queen of Country's cosmetic journey. Once quipped that her ultimate goal was to look like a cartoon character, and with her larger-than-life personality and iconic style, she's come pretty close. As a country music legend with a career spanning over 5 decades, Dolly is as famous for her chart-topping hits as she is for her unforgettable look. But maintaining that youthful glow hasn't come without its fair share of cosmetic interventions. Her journey began in the 1980s with a nose job, brow lift, and eyelid surgery to combat sagging skin. While these procedures initially enhanced her appearance, they also softened some of her natural expressions. As time went on, Dolly doubled down with chin augmentations, facelifts, and Botox injections, which left her skin smooth but increasingly artificial. At 60, she underwent a facelift to tighten the skin around her face and neck, achieving a polished, youthful look that some would argue leaned a bit too far into plastic perfection. Dolly has always been candid about the ups and downs of her cosmetic journey, even admitting to post-surgery swelling and bruising. Still, in true Dolly fashion, she embraces it all with humor and grace, seeing it as the cost of keeping her signature image alive. After all, if anyone can pull off a cartoon character come to life, it's Dolly Parton. Stay tuned for another celebrity transformation that might just leave you speechless. Goldie Hawn, a quest for youth with unintended results. The bubbly, beloved star who charmed audiences for over 5 decades became the subject of scrutiny when her appearance began to change in unexpected ways. After stepping onto the red carpet at the 2014 Academy Awards, fans couldn't help but notice her once radiant face looking a little off. Cosmetic experts speculated that Botox and fillers had been used to plump her cheeks and under-eye area, but instead of a youthful glow, The result was puffiness that threw off her natural balance. By 2017, as Goldie returned to the big screen in Snatched, her taut skin raised even more eyebrows, mainly because hers seemed perpetually raised too. Excessive facelifts, particularly around her jawline and cheekbones, left her looking overly stretched, while eyelid surgery appeared to have removed a bit too much skin, giving her a surprised and stiff expression. Her nose also seemed narrower, possibly the result of rhinoplasty, but the change was so dramatic it created a disconnect from her signature look. Goldie's efforts to defy time unfortunately backfired, leaving her once natural smile rigid and her facial movements less flexible. Fans found themselves longing for the Goldie they knew and loved, whose radiant personality always shone through her features. Her story raises a poignant question. What happens when chasing youth causes you to lose the very charm that made you a star in the first place? Melanie Griffith, the price of perfection in Hollywood, the star of Working Girl and Body Double, once captivated audiences with her natural beauty and radiant charm. But the relentless pressure to stay youthful in Hollywood pushed her toward a cosmetic journey that didn't have the happy ending she hoped for. Starting in the late 1990s and early 2000s, Melanie turned to Botox, lip fillers, and facelifts. While the initial results were promising, the procedures began to take a toll over time. Her lips grew unnaturally plump, her skin tightened to the point of stiffness, and her once soft features gave way to a more artificial look. The overuse of fillers and Botox stripped her face of its natural expressiveness, making her transformation hard for fans to ignore. By 2017, Melanie admitted she hadn't realized how drastically her appearance had changed until others pointed it out. Though she tried to reverse some of the damage by dissolving fillers, the impact on her face and career was already significant. Melanie's story highlights the immense pressure Hollywood stars face to defy aging, often at the expense of the very beauty that made them icons. It's a sobering reminder that sometimes the pursuit of perfection can leave you further from it. Daryl Hannah, from screen icon to a new chapter. The ethereal star of Blade Runner and Splash once epitomized natural beauty and grace on the big screen. In the 1980s and 1990s, her striking features and undeniable talent propelled her to Hollywood stardom. But as the years passed, the relentless pressure to preserve her youthful glow led Daryl down a cosmetic path that didn't quite go as planned. By the early 2000s, rumors swirled that she had undergone eyelid surgery to combat sagging skin. Unfortunately, the procedure left the area around her eyes unnaturally tight, giving her a permanently surprised look that was anything but natural. She didn't stop there. Botox, lip fillers, and facelifts soon followed, leaving her cheeks overly puffed and her lips unnaturally full. Over time, her once radiant face took on a stiff, almost plastic-like quality that shocked her fans and impacted her ability to emote on screen. As she reached her 60s, Daryl's unrecognizable appearance began to overshadow her acting legacy, prompting her to step back from the limelight. Instead, she redirected her energy towards social causes, finding fulfillment in activism rather than Hollywood. A poignant reminder of the steep price of chasing eternal youth in an industry obsessed with appearances. Stay tuned for the next tale of beauty, fame, and the unpredictable consequences of going under the knife. Brigitte Nielsen, beauty transformed, identity reimagined. The towering Danish beauty who lit up the screen in Red Sonja and Rocky IV was an 80s icon known for her striking looks and commanding presence. But as the years went by, the pressures of aging in the spotlight led her to embrace cosmetic surgery, a journey she openly documented at 44 on the reality show From Old to New. The show captured her undergoing a slew of procedures, including facelifts, eyelid surgery, Botox, lip fillers, and liposuction. While the transformations initially seemed promising, the results over time told a different story. The facelifts stretched her skin to an almost plastic-like sheen, while the eyelid surgery narrowed her once expressive eyes, leaving them less natural and more mechanical. Now 61, Brigitte has admitted to being satisfied with her appearance, but it's clear that the surgeries have altered the distinctive features that once made her unforgettable. While her fight against aging may have helped her stay youthful, it also dimmed some of the personality and charm that defined her as a star. Yet her confidence in her choices serves as a reminder that beauty evolves, and sometimes reinvention is part of the journey. Stay tuned for the next chapter in the stories of transformation. Suzanne Somers, A Quest for Youthful Perfection. The bubbly actress who won hearts as Chrissy Snow on Three's Company was once celebrated for her vibrant charm and natural beauty. But in her quest to preserve her youthful glow, Suzanne's appearance took a dramatic turn that left fans scratching their heads. While she attributed her ageless look to hormones and supplements, many couldn't help but suspect that something a little more invasive was at play. Experts believe her transformation went far beyond skincare. Facelifts gave her skin an overly taut look, especially around her jawline, while Botox smoothed her forehead into a frozen, almost doll-like expression. Suzanne later admitted to using fillers, but regretted that some shifted over time, leading to results she found less than satisfying. Her plumped lips, along with a nose that appeared wider, added to the changes that made her nearly unrecognizable. Even her once distinct nasolabial folds vanished, another telltale sign of too much filler. While Suzanne remained a beloved figure, her transformation became a cautionary tale about the risks of going too far with cosmetic procedures. Suzanne's story highlights the pressures faced by stars to maintain youth in an industry that often values appearances above all else. Caitlyn Jenner, A Transformation in the Spotlight. Known for her groundbreaking journey as a transgender woman, has also made headlines for her evolving appearance. In 2015, Caitlyn underwent a 10-hour feminizing surgery that included eyebrow lifts, jawline sculpting, nose refinement, and cheek implants. The procedures softened her features, giving her a more feminine look with a defined jawline and contoured nose. This monumental surgery marked the first step in her transformation toward the appearance she envisioned. But Caitlyn's journey didn't stop there. Over the years, she's had additional procedures, including nose revisions, lip and cheek fillers, and Botox treatments to maintain a youthful glow. While these enhancements smoothed her forehead and lifted her eyebrows to wrinkle-free perfection, some have noted that her appearance has taken on an overly tight and frozen quality, particularly around her eyes and forehead. The changes to Caitlyn's look have sparked plenty of media buzz and mixed reactions from fans and critics alike. The complex relationship between cosmetic procedures and self-identity, reflecting how deeply personal and deeply scrutinized such transformations can be. Up next, another star's quest for perfection with results you won't believe. Donatella Versace, the fashion icon's bold transformation. The powerhouse behind Italy's high fashion empire has long been a symbol of luxury and glamour. But as the 2000s rolled in, her striking appearance began to shift, sparking endless debates among fans and critics alike. Following the tragic loss of her brother Gianni in the late 90s, Donatella's transformation became as much a part of her narrative as her iconic designs. One of the most noticeable changes was her nose, which became more refined and slender, likely the result of rhinoplasty. But that was only the beginning. Over time, her once smooth, youthful skin took on a glossy, almost wax-like quality, an effect commonly associated with multiple facelifts. The procedures stretched her skin, leaving it with a texture that seemed far from natural. Her lips, once soft and subtle, became dramatically plump, a hallmark of heavy lip fillers that kept the gossip mills turning. Her cheeks also appeared fuller and more sculpted, suggesting cheek fillers or implants, while her eyes took on a lifted, almost startled look, possibly the result of eyelid surgery. The cumulative effect was a transformation that became the subject of much discussion, and not always in a flattering light. Despite the mixed reactions, Donatella has continued to reign over the fashion world, maintaining her image of bold confidence. But as dramatic as her story is, wait until you hear about the next star's shocking transformation. Mickey Rourke, a fighter's journey through fame and transformation. Mickey Rourke, once the smoldering Hollywood heartthrob, stepped out of the spotlight and into the boxing ring, a move that left more than just his reputation battered. Severe facial injuries from his fighting career required numerous reconstructive surgeries, including 5 nose jobs and cheekbone repairs. But the results didn't bring back the chiseled good looks that made him a star. Instead, Mickey's face became swollen and round, with fuller cheekbones that lacked the balance of his heyday. The situation was made worse by the overuse of Botox and dermal fillers, which gave his forehead and lips a glossy, unnatural look. Fans were split. Some offered sympathy for the surgeries he had to endure, while others criticized his altered appearance. Mickey himself didn't shy away from the truth, admitting he had picked the wrong surgeon. Despite the physical transformation, Mickey's talent remained untouched. His powerful performance in The Wrestler was a triumphant reminder that his acting skills were just as sharp as ever, proving that while looks may change, true talent never fades. Mickey's story is a testament to resilience and a warning that even the toughest fighters sometimes take a hit they can't fully recover from. Janice Dickinson, the supermodel who faced beauty's price. Janice Dickinson, hailed as one of the world's first supermodels, captivated audiences with her natural beauty and undeniable charisma. But her journey into cosmetic surgery began in her 30s with a breast augmentation, a decision that would quickly snowball into a series of procedures. Over the years, Janice underwent multiple facelifts, liposuction, and extensive Botox treatments, leaving her skin unnaturally smooth and almost wax-like. These procedures erased many of the natural features that once defined her iconic beauty. Cheek implants added a more sculpted look to her face, but when paired with Botox and fillers, they stiffened her expression, robbing her of the warmth and vibrancy she was once known for. Despite facing widespread criticism, Janice has always maintained a bold and unapologetic attitude. She even appeared on Botched to fix a breast augmentation gone wrong from 3 decades prior, proving she wasn't afraid to confront her past decisions head-on. However, chasing perfection came at a high price, literally. By 2013, Janice's costly cosmetic procedures contributed to mounting debts, forcing her to file for bankruptcy. This marked a challenging chapter for the legendary supermodel, who now serves as a reminder of the steep costs, financial and emotional, of striving to defy time. Pixie Fox, famously dubbed the living cartoon, has taken plastic surgery to heights that even Hollywood's top special effects artists would find impressive. Since 2011, Pixie has undergone over 200 procedures in her quest to transform herself into a real-life Disney princess. But her journey isn't just about changing appearances. It's a story about pushing the boundaries of what people are willing to do to chase their dreams. Her transformation began with eye-catching enhancements, like boosting her bust size to an unbelievable 30J and tweaking features like her nose and ears. But the real jaw-dropper? Her trip to South Korea, where she underwent a procedure to reshape her jaw for a sharper, cartoonish look. It's the kind of commitment that's not for the faint-hearted, especially considering the risks involved. Pixie even ventured into controversial territory with an eye color-changing surgery, an operation considered so risky that it's unavailable in many parts of the world. While her dramatic transformations garnered her significant attention, they also came with serious health challenges, serving as a reminder of the toll extreme modifications can take. Recently, Pixie has expressed a desire to reverse some of these changes, aiming to embrace a more natural appearance. A twist no one saw coming. Pixie's journey is more than a story of surgeries. It's a conversation about beauty, self-expression, and the lengths people go to for identity and recognition. What's your take on her incredible transformation? Share your thoughts in the comments. Anastasia Pokreshchuk isn't just making headlines for her bold personality. She's taken the crown and the cheeks for holding the world record for the largest cheeks on the planet. Yes, you read that right. Her cheeks are now so big, they've entered the record books. For over 6 years, Anastasia has been on a cheek-plumping mission, spending thousands of dollars on Botox, fillers, and surgeries to achieve a look that most wouldn't even dream of. But for Anastasia, bigger cheeks are the pinnacle of beauty, and she's unapologetically proud of her transformation. While many might raise an eyebrow or two at her extreme appearance, Anastasia isn't fazed by criticism. She believes her unique look empowers her to break away from traditional beauty standards and fully embrace self-expression. For her, it's not about fitting in, it's about standing out, and she's not afraid to do it in the most eye-popping way possible. Of course, her journey hasn't been without controversy. Critics have questioned the health risks associated with her obsession, and some even suggest it might stem from body dysmorphia or deeper emotional issues. But Anastasia remains undeterred. To her, beauty is about individuality, not societal approval. Love it or hate it, there's no denying she's cheekily redefining the rules of beauty, one filler at a time.
Thank you for watching my video. There are many other interesting things in the next videos. Please look forward to it. Thank you and goodbye.